Your hands are like the perfect butt size, too.
Yes. That's if I could hold my own butt, this is what I would want to be able to hold it. Hey, Empowered Vegan Lifers, Ella here with my co-host. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, Ella, how are you?
I'm pretty perky this morning, to be honest.
You really are. You really are. What's going on there?
I don't know. I did a Facebook Live just a few minutes ago showing my morning routine with my greens and all of this. And I don't know, just connecting. It's funny because at first the thought of doing it is a little nerve-wracking, or it doesn't excite me, the thought of doing it. But then once I get on and people start, coming on and interacting with me and asking questions and sharing, I get so energized from that.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. I want to talk about you getting energized from that. Because I've always found that very interesting about you, because you are at heart, you're just such an introvert.
I am.
And yet it is that connection, but more than that, you are just a master motivator.
Oh.
And you're just in your element and in your purpose when you're doing that. And I think, that it makes sense that energizes you.
That's a good point, because you're right. I am such an introvert, which is why the thought is a little painful. And granted, I'm doing a live for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. This is not hours long. Right. But you're right. And one thing I'm celebrating this morning is waking up with the first thought of, oh, I'm really comfy in bed and yes, I'd love to stay here a little longer, followed by, why am I getting up this morning? And for me, the animals are my base reason for pretty much everything I do in this life. So anytime I can connect to that why, that purpose for me, I immediately have this energy flow through me. Mm-hmm. And it gets me up every morning.
Yeah.
What's your why, Stephanie?
I think I have several, but generally they lead back to my children, of course.
Yeah. I do.
Even my desire to save the planet and to make the world a better place leads back to them. So.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can relate too.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm celebrating is waking up with a really sore butt.
I was thinking about you the other day because I've woken up sore a lot lately because I've started swimming again.
How cool.
Yeah, which I'll talk about that in a minute. But I actually had a thought about you this morning when I woke up, because I was like, I wonder if Ella ever gets sore. And here you are with a sore ass.
Yes, that's me. I got my sore ass and it makes me so happy. But the thing is, here's the thing. Sometimes working lower body, it's, for me, my glutes are kind of the last to activate. I have to really work hard to activate my glutes. Unlike a lot of people, I have the opposite problem of a lot of people. I'm really trying to get a bigger ass. I would really like more of a shelf booty, to be honest. And so I really, purposely work my ass at least once a week. And sometimes that results in being sore all over, and my quads and my hamstrings. For those fitness people out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But when you can get to that point where the next day it's like right in, and I'm using hand motions right now to to describe what I'm talking about, but like just right there.
Your hands are like the perfect butt size, too.
Yes. That's if I could hold my own butt, this is what I would want to be able to hold it like. Okay, if you want to see that, watch it on YouTube, because
that's
we do put these up, and there is very little editing that goes into those videos. So
yeah,
lots of bloopers. Lots
of bloopers. One big blooper.
Do you have anything else you're celebrating this morning?
Well, I mentioned that I'm swimming,
Yes.
But it was really interesting. It was my birthday on Saturday, and I kind of had this, I don't know, 3-day lead up to my birthday where I was just really, I don't know, down and feeling very old. And I don't know what it was. Feeling old is not the word, but it's that feeling of, I don't know, crisis, I guess. Like, I haven't done everything I wanted to do. I'm not where I thought I would be this year. Kind of these questioning ramblings that your mind can get carried away with. And I certainly let mine do it. And on Saturday, my mom gave me a photo album that she'd been working on it for, I don't know how long, of me. I mean, it was from when I was a baby until I had my children. And it was just the most incredible gift. And, looking through those photos, I realized there's a lot of things that I did the first half of my life that I don't do anymore that actually brought me so much joy. And, I focus a lot of my attention and, needfully, because it helps people, on my eating disorder, for those first 28 years, when really there was just so much more to me, and looking at that. But one of those things was swimming. And my daughter joined the swim team this year, just decided one day she was going to join the swim team, hasn't swam competitively ever. And it kind of inspired me. And so I've been swimming again. I swam competitively from the time I was 5 until I was 18, and then coached swimming for a long time. And so I'm back in the pool, and it feels so good.
What a gift.
I know, I don't even look at the time, which is interesting for me, because usually I get into a workout and I'm like, oh my God, it's only been 3 minutes. I thought it'd been like 48 now. But if I'm in the pool, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like, oh my gosh, I got to get out. I don't want to get out. It's not, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Oh, this is wonderful. Experience.
Yeah.
And there's so much we could follow up on this. I mean, I think we've just got some show ideas right here yes. from what you just said. And yes. happy belated. I wished you a happy birthday, obviously, on your birthday.
You did, yes.
But yes, we are all celebrating with you. And what a gift that your mom could give you, probably not knowing what an impact that could have in the way that it did, that it got you back in the pool.
Yeah, got me thinking about a lot of things. Yeah. But the pool was the easiest to implement.
Yeah.
Wow. It's been fantastic.
I love that.
I even smell like chlorine, which is, it just brings me back.
Yes. Those memories. I was a swimmer too for many years as a child. And oh yeah, my favorite part was going when it was chilly in the morning and diving in an ice cold pool. That was fun. Just
you know what? I can totally relate to that. Only I'm not kidding. I know. That.
I know. I just can't even understand it. Oh my God. I can't even understand that. That was so torture for me, even back then. Anyway, well, we've got a great show planned today, because it is New Year's Eve is days away when this comes out. And, resolutions are something that are a little bit on the controversial side, actually, which is weird, but they are. Yeah. And we're going to talk about those today. One thing that we're doing in the new year to celebrate and bring in some change for 2021, which we all want a lot of, is our 6-week boot camp. So we are on the final countdown for enrollment into our 6-week intuitive food and fitness boot camp. So we are really helping you create a relationship with food that you don't have to cheat on. That's what I like to say.
I love that.
Building a relationship you don't need to cheat on. Instead of, for my fitness people who know about that whole, eating super duper clean all week long and then Sunday just chowing down on anything and everything, and how much that makes you feel like crap, right. But how much you feel like you need to do it because you're so restricted during the week. So really excited about this. The first step for that is taking our quiz, which we're going to talk about blind spots today. And the quiz, this new quiz, which is absolutely free, is what's keeping you from going vegan the healthy way. And we're going to tell you your number one blind spot. And so we encourage you to take that quiz. And at the end, you will have an opportunity to book a call with me if it seems like the opportunity might be for you to join us in this incredible program. I am so excited. I'm so excited for the people that we've already enrolled and the group we're forming and the relationships and bonds that we're already really working on.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I love the membership. I love the energy. I love all that it's doing for people, but I really can't wait to work intensively with people again.
Me too.
And the results that people will get by digging in and it will be phenomenal. I can't wait to watch people change.
Me too. Nothing makes me happier. But before we get to our resolutions topic, we have 2 segments to get through. These are new segments, and I think they might become regular segments. We're going to test them out.
Yeah.
The last one we tested out already, and we're going to do it again. It's a shout out segment where we give shout outs to people that inspire us. And mine today is going to be Robert Cheek. He is the founder of Vegan Bodybuilding and Fitness. One of my friends at this point, somebody I connect with as a colleague, but also a friend. I just adore his attitude, his constant positivity that he spreads and joy that he spreads, his smile in and of itself. So if you're listening, Robert, I'm giving a shout out to you. I love how you can get on and he will dance. This man can dance. He gets down and he has no sense of worrying about what other people think, which is one of the most inspiring things to me, is being able to be goofy and just be yourself and do it kind of for the world to share, because that's what we're all about, is that authenticity. And so thank you, Robert, for being you and for doing all that you do in this world to make it a better place.
Yeah, I love that. He is so inspiring.
He is. What about you?
So mine, I wish that I knew his real name, but I don't. But I do know his Instagram handle because I love his Instagram page. And he's called the Gravel Defender. And he is this man who just fights for social justice, but also is vegan and fighting for the animals. And he does yoga. He's a yoga instructor and a public defender. And I just love looking at his page. He's recently moved to Colorado and has some gorgeous photography on his page. And he just loves his dog so much. And you have to be inspired by a man who loves the dog so much. So
absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, let's all check him out too.
Yes, do.
Awesome. Okay, second fun segment. Let's see what we think here. We hadn't even discussed the name yet, Stephanie, but I'm thinking we don't have to have the exact name right now, but something like, this is what I'm thinking, Loving on the Haters. Or something like that. What do you think?
Yes, I like that name. I like that name. I am nervous about this little segment, though, I have to tell you.
Well, we're going to start very mild.
Okay, good.
So this is inspired by, actually, Christian this weekend told me that he made the suggestion. And it was from Jimmy Kimmel, I believe, does a mean tweets segment where he has celebrities read mean tweets about themselves.
Yes.
And so, believe it or not, what we do is it attracts some haters too. So people that maybe we might say, the people listening to this podcast might agree, may have a little bit more time on their hands than
just a little
than is healthy.
Very good.
So we're going to start this today with a post that didn't even have a picture on it of either of us. It was a post with this very decadent vegan lasagna. So mind you, this is just a post of a picture of a meal. a vegan lasagna, raw food, I believe, vegan lasagna meal. And
Yes.
to me, it's fascinating. It's not something I would ever make myself because it looks pretty complex to make. But you know what it does? It attracts people's eyes. And that's what we're trying to do. We're getting the word out
Right.
about the new quiz. And so this was about, what's keeping you from being the healthiest vegan that you can be, or from going vegan at all. And so we're going to read just 2 of the comments today. Drum roll, please.
Oh, so I'm sorry. Let me do this.
There we go. Okay, I was waiting for that.
Sorry. Did not take my cue well.
So remember, the question is, what's keeping you from going vegan the healthy way? And we're going to give them their number 1 blind spots, but people think that they know what it is. Here is Rachel H. We'll call her Rachel H. She said, I've seen my sister on one, and her moods are very bad. I love a good burger every now and then. And by on one, she is talking about on a vegan diet. I've seen my sister on one, and her moods are very bad. Good reason. What do you think about that, Stephanie?
I don't, the fact that someone's, there's so much about that that's just so funny to me. I'm sorry, Rachel, that your sister is so mean, but I seriously doubt it has anything to do with the food.
Oh, boy, okay. All right, we're going to do one more. Okay. The lasagna looks gross. I can make better vegan lasagna, LOL. Also, if I go vegan, does that mean I get to chill with cows? Because I would if that were the case.
It's totally the case. Forget the lasagna. Just go cuddle cows. Are you kidding me?
Right? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I don't know. Very polarizing, that
Very
lasagna.
Yes. Very, very interesting. That's all I can say about it. I don't have much to say about it, but so like I said, we're starting mild, not necessarily like haters, but just funny comments that may or may not make a whole lot of sense. How about that?
It's so funny that everyone thinks they need to comment on every thought they have in their head. They need to learn the phrase, not every thought we have is true.
Yes. They need to listen to our podcast.
They really do. Actually, I don't think they do. No, I don't know.
They have to have an open mind. That's it.
They have to have an open mind. Yeah. We don't want Rachel's sister, though.
No. It doesn't sound like a good representation.
No. Leave those moods at home, Rachel's sister.
All right. Okay, let's get to these resolutions. How about it?
Let's do it.
Here we go again. This New Year's, like we said, is days away. So I want to ask you guys, how will you go about deciding on a resolution? Or are you fed up with making the resolutions and then not keeping them? Maybe you see this tradition as pointless and you've given up on making them altogether. Maybe it's one of those things that you see as a great way to set yourself up to fail yet again. I think we get that. I get that for sure.
Absolutely.
And I haven't made a New Year's resolution myself, and as long as I can remember. But that doesn't mean that I don't move into each new year with intention, with goals, and with dreams. So that's what I want to talk to you about, some alternatives today that will help you move into the new year with power, owning your power. That's what it's all about. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So take that quiz, number 1.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm going to tell you why. Instead of making one overwhelming resolution that maybe is one you've tried and failed at before, why don't we look at making simple, manageable commitments to yourself that will lead to replacing disempowering thoughts and patterns and limiting beliefs with empowering ones? So I think it's worth looking at weight loss as an example. What do you think, Stephanie?
Yeah, I think that's usually the number one resolution. And when we're talking about setting ourselves up to fail, I mean, a lot of people join the gym on January 1, and what are they doing on March 31st, So yeah, let's talk about it.
Yes. So what can you do differently this year to actually make this resolution happen?
Yeah.
We're going to encourage you to first look at the reasons. We are all about getting to the root cause of the weight gain and of holding on to that extra weight.
Yeah.
How can they, Stephanie, what are the steps or the first step that people can take away from this to help them find that reason and start to address it?
Yeah, I think that it's really about looking at, what the underneath is all about, and realizing, and this is really the first step, is that it's never about the food. It's really never about even the exercise. It's really about becoming very mindful of your day-to-day actions as they relate to your overall values, and looking at those actions as they relate to those subconscious beliefs that we hold, and how often we automatically choose something without a whole lot of thought and not even realizing that we've just chosen. And I think that that's really where you start, is just simply by realizing it's not about the food, it's not about the exercise, it's about all that's underneath there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not about the diet, right? And the yo-yoing is all about looking at the food as the problem.
Right.
Exactly what you just said. And we've got to take a step back and dig deeper and observe, starting with that observation of the thoughts that are causing us to take the actions that are resulting in weight gain.
Right.
What we've got to accept, though, is the process for changing your body starts with your mindset. Loving, accepting, and respecting yourself and your body as it is right now is the prerequisite for changing it. And we're not talking about a quick fix. We're talking about doing the mental and emotional work it takes to get to a place where you make decisions out of pure love for yourself. Mm-hmm. Only then does willpower no longer matter. Only then can you feel confident that you'll continue to make the choices that will serve you best for the rest of your life. And we're talking about creating a sustainable lifestyle that you love. Mm. Mm. So one commitment, as opposed to a resolution we can make, for example, is to look in the mirror every day and say, I am perfectly imperfect, and I love, accept, and respect myself as I am right now. Can you wake up every morning and look in the mirror and say that? To start to reprogram your mind. And that's what we talk about on this show, in our membership, in all of our programs, is reprogramming our minds. And we have to do this through consistent action, consistent observation of your thoughts, consistent introduction of new thoughts, and doing these mantras and affirmations every day. Journaling is another great way to remember to do all this stuff. Making these types of little commitments, as opposed to just making this overall, I make the resolution to lose weight. How is it going to be any different? It's all about those little commitments.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. And, one strategy that I think would work really, really well here too, is if you have to make a list, make a to-be list, not a resolution list, but a to-be list. And if you make that list, the things that you want to be, including mindful, including committed, including driven, whatever it is that you want to be, and then continue to live out that list. I mean, that's really where you get to the heart of really who you are and the way that you want to live, is who do you want to be today?
I love that. I think my phrase for 2021 is going to be living in possibility.
Mm.
Which kind of goes right along with what you just said.
Absolutely.
Living in possibility. I am living in possibility.
I love that.
Do you have yours yet, or are you going to think about it?
I didn't do well with mine last year. One of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to carry it over into 2020, and that is be inspired. I want to be inspired this year.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what's your phrase, you guys? Empowered Vegan Lifers, we're going to share in the Facebook group. We're going to share a year together. We've just been through a tough one for most people, but one full of opportunity that has changed lives. So on that note, with so much gratitude, we're going to close out the podcast for this first year of our show.
Right.
And I want to thank all of you for spending this time with us, for getting to know us, for joining the group on Facebook and interacting and engaging with us. Sending you so much love as we move into this brand new year where we can live in possibility and be inspired. Until next time.